Hello viewers, I'm R. Sriram, your host for the show. Earth is a beautiful place and human beings and other living beings have been inhabiting this planet since time immemorial. We very affectionately address Earth as Mother Earth, and rightly so, because just as a mother would go all out in ensuring the well-being of her children, planet Earth has also given us innumerable good things to be proud of. Just as children would take care of their mother, we too have a moral duty to take care of Mother Earth. Today, Monday, April 22nd, 2024, is observed as World Earth Day. This day is celebrated to bring people together to raise awareness of environmental challenges on local to global scales and celebrate the achievements of those making a difference in our community. The theme chosen for this year is Planet versus Plastics. And the topic we have chosen under this theme is plastic pollution, how it harms our soil. Plastic and soil, aren't they two different things? Well, they are and appear so on the face of it, but still have a connection. In fact, a close connection at that, not a pleasing one though, brought about by total apathy, disregard and carelessness by we human beings towards plastic pollution which harms our soil. Now, how does this happen? What are the factors responsible for this erosion? What could be done to stop this from happening? To talk in detail about all these and more, we have with us Dr. Kinnari Dubal.
Hello.
Dr. Kinnari Dubal is an Associate Professor of Botany at St. Xavier's College, Ahmedabad. She has done her MPhil and PhD from the Space Application Center, Ahmedabad, and projects from ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization. She has done research on various related topics. She is also actively involved in social work. Welcome, Dr. Dubal. It's a pleasure having you here. We would like you to throw some light and enlighten our viewers by giving your insights and sharing your expertise on plastic pollution and how it harms our soil.
Sure.
Let me start with a basic question. How does plastic affect the quality of soil?
Yeah, basically we know that plastic is a big hindrance for all the living organism, including human beings, flora, fauna, everyone. So plastic has got a lot of, if we are talking about the Mother Earth, it has got a very deep impact, especially for the degradation of the soil with respect to the prevention of the water logging or water penetration in the soil, along with the nutrient exchange with the plant takes place, and it also degrades the soil. If we see that in that respect, if we see that it becomes a physical barrier. How it becomes a physical barrier? That it blocks the soil. Once the plastic enters the soil, it blocks the whole soil because that plastic is non-degradable.
Okay.
And it takes time, I think so, hundreds of years to degrade that particular plastics. So once it covers that area, then water infiltration cannot take place in that particular area, as well as aeration cannot take place, or exchange of gases cannot take place in that particular area where the plastic is gone inside the earth.
So you mean to say an extensive damage is done?
Extensive
so
damage.
Such a small thing can cause an extensive damage. Okay.
And soil has got different layers if we talk about that. So first it is a bedrock, which are the big huge rocks. Then comes the parent rocks. Then comes the topsoil, subsoil. Which are with the pebbles or something, and then the topsoil, which is a very porous, and then on the top is the humus or the organic compounds which are there on the soil, what we see in our garden.
You listed it from bottom to top, right?
Bottom to top, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So in that case, the plastics goes into the topsoil first, and then it slowly penetrates down.
Okay.
The second thing is chemical contamination. The plastic contains a lot of phytates and bisphenol, which leach into the soil, and they decrease the potentiality of the soil. Along with that, the harmful soil organisms which are also being created because of that chemical compounds. Microplastic accumulation also take place along with that. So that becomes again a big hindrance.
So it's a simultaneous
and toxicity also increases along with the
so
plastic.
many things happening because of this.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are some sources of plastic pollution in soil?
Oh, we all generally know that the plastic here and there, we keep on disposing things, right? If we are just walking around, I'm just giving an example. It's like common we see day in and out.
Everyone is a culprit.
Including me and you both, everybody on this earth. So just we dispose of, we are walking on the roadside, we just dispose of
carelessly.
And sometimes unknowingly or knowingly we do it, meaning do it. So that is the basic improper waste disposal.
It's become a habit.
So it needs to be changed. So bags, containers, plastic bottles. So the containers which comes like if you household material or for the water or any industrial containers, whatever is, they are left out like that and disposed of. Then in that, some microplastics along with that, the textile industries, they release that. That we are not aware about it. But there are so many textile industries, they keep on throwing their effluents out. Chemical industries, plastic industries. So along with that, some microplastics, we cannot visualize also. Such microplastics, they go into the soil. And then they degrade the soil.
This is unknown to many.
Unknown to many. Other agriculture plastics, like you must have seen that. Like during monsoon, if you go to a nursery, they'll sell a plant in a plastic bag, black color plastic bag. Right?
I've seen that.
You have seen that. So that black color plastic bag, it becomes a wrap for the plant. And sometimes unknowingly, if a plantation is carried out along with that kind of the bags, so those bags sometimes may be left out in that particular area. And that may again cause that are called as agriculture wraps. They will go inside and again they will cause the degradation.
All these bags get accumulated and
sometimes once if they are not removed and any one is also left, then that will also cause a big thing.
So I think we are not aware of the extent of damage caused by all this. On the face of it, it appears to be a very minor thing.
Minor thing. Ek bag chut gaya, no problem. But that bag will cause, and you will be surprised to know that bag once that falls in that particular area may cause waterlogging or sometimes drought in that particular area of that soil. Waterlogging meaning if it is gone deep in a round shape, then it may waterlog and it will not allow water to go. Sometimes it may be in such a condition that whole area will not get water. It will block that area. And
so
the
this
drought
is the actual reason, and we keep wondering what has happened.
What is happening and why the degradation takes place of the plant. We just
without
don't
knowing
know.
The actual reason.
The root cannot penetrate inside the ground.
You talked about microplastics, right? Which come as a part of the effluent release from the textile mills and all. Now, how do these microplastics enter the soil? How do they enter?
That is sometimes that I told you, they are the direct disposal. People dispose of from their industries. It may sometimes be airborne also. We just don't know. The smokes which comes out from the industries and all that, it may contain that airborne microplastics. So that is also a thing. And sometimes the withering plastics of the debris, that also becomes airborne. And
don't they evaporate?
No. Those microplastic particles, they'll remain suspended in the air.
They're solid particles. But they remain
suspended. They remain suspended. And that is how they'll damage the atmosphere. Along with that, the sewage sludge, which is being disposed as a byproduct of the wastewater, that also consists of certain microplastics in it. So that treatment which is given to the fertilizer for the fertilizers and all that, unknowingly those microparticles, they go along with that water, fertilizer, like that. Then sometimes that is a runoff, and during the rainy season there is a runoff or the erosion of the soil. Water runoff, like at that time, along with the water flow, lot of garbage of the plastic gets carried away. And once they get deposited, the water flow stops. Those plastic gets deposited.
So these plastics act as a blockage.
Right? So
big more damaging than the other garbage, I suppose.
Other garbage, which was thousands of years to get degraded.
So this is a serious issue. I think.
And erosion also. Along with that, the plastics erosion takes place from the surface.
Okay.
It's where there is the erosion of the soil takes place sometimes due to the calamities or something. So at that time, this also plastic, they contribute in that.
Okay.
And the biological transport, this you will be surprised to know that small earthworms and insects, when they eat this kind of the soil, some microplastic they go into their body.
Okay.
And then they also start degrading the soil.
Okay.
So
with the excretion.
Yeah.
In whatever form.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this biological transport also is one of the mean for the microplastics to enter into the soil.
So one mistake and the repercussions are so many.
Yes, exactly. And irrigation of water.
Oh. Okay.
So the same, what I told you, the same water which we give to the plants, we just don't know where is the source. And somewhere they get attached with this affluence or something like that.
Okay.
Or sometimes the sewage water, for the recycled sewage water is used. That also consists of the microplastic.
So in such a case, I think we are using contaminated water to plant the trees and
Yeah.
Okay.
In the name of recycling,
Okay.
that contamination consists of the microplastics particles.
Okay. Can plastic pollution affect plant growth? Now, does it stunt the growth of the plants? Does it have a bearing on the quality of the plants, trees, and the final produce? For example, we are in the midst of the mango season right now. So let's take, for example, a mango tree. If the tree has grown on soil affected by plastic pollution, will it have an effect on the size of the fruit and its taste? Does it shorten its shelf life? I would like you to throw some light on these.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting question. Exactly. Like, no, if I just connect this question with a small baby, if you don't give a proper nutrient food, then what happens to the small baby? Slowly, the baby will become anemic. It will have multiple diseases. Same way is with this plants.
It will grow, but the growth will be stunted.
And will be with the diseases.
Yeah. So it won't be quality
because
growth.
it doesn't have the proper nutrition. Baby doesn't have the proper nutrition.
Right.
Same way with the mango tree and other trees which are growing, plants which are growing on this earth.
Okay.
First thing is that this, I told earlier also, that the plastic goes into the soil,
Right.
it blocks that particular area. So once it blocks the area, it will not allow the root to penetrate in that particular area. So the taproot system is the system which will go straight, directly, deep into the soil or the earth
without any deviation.
It will have the small adventitious roots, but the main root directly will go into the soil.
Okay.
So that plastic, if it comes in between, it will hinder the growth.
Okay.
Towards gravity. So that will hinder the growth. And because of that, the roots cannot grow properly, they cannot get proper nutrition, and as a result, those plants cannot get proper nutrition, so they will not grow proper.
And what about the taste?
So definitely, if you are anemic, then you cannot work properly. Same way, the plant is anemic, so plant will not have the fruits which are what mango is juicy, tasty. Right now, my mouth is watering hearing about the name of mango. So you will not have that delicious taste.
Okay. And what about the shelf life? Does it
shelf life also definitely it will decrease, because it will not have the proper nutrition from the ground. Root is the main source to absorb water, mineral salts, all the nutrients from the ground, and to provide till the top of the tree, which is called as ascent of sap. So that process, physiological process, will get stopped.
Okay.
Another is soil compaction. So the soil will get compact in that particular area.
Okay.
It will get blocked up, right? And this will hamper the growth of the plant.
Okay.
Another nutrient deprivation takes place. The plant will not allow the nutrients won't get. Plant will not get from the root, and so they cannot pass to the whole plant.
Water this applies equally for everything: trees, plants, flowers,
everything. Flora, fauna, everybody.
Everything. Okay.
They all undergo the same process.
Okay.
Yeah. If the plastic goes into the animal's alimentary canal, the same thing happens to the animal. So it is something like that. Water stress also is also caused because of that.
Okay. Of course, talking slightly off track, these days you find cows eating plastics, so I don't know about the quality of the milk they give.
Yeah, so that, so if we talk about that, the plastic which is there in the stomach may get, because of the certain toxic substance like the phthalates and bisphenol and certain microbacterias, Pseudomonas and Bacillus bacteria, they may start degrading this plastic.
Okay.
So that microparticles may be, I'm not very sure, may be coming out in the form along with the milk.
Okay.
So there
plant
can be
also
one
being a living thing, the same kind of what you call the effect is there.
Everywhere, flora, fauna, everyone, and we are the one who are responsible for all this cause.
Knowingly or unknowingly.
Unknowingly, yeah, exactly.
Okay. How do plastics break down in soil?
Oh, I told you earlier, it takes thousands of years to break down. So breaking down is not a process naturally done. So for that, breaking down of the plastic is only done through the mechanical breakdown can be done.
Okay. So you mean to say plastic is that strong that it takes so many years for it to break down in the soil? Okay.
So people, they say, government, they say that we should use the recycling plastic, biodegradable plastics, but plastic itself is plastic. It will have its own quality and what is the properties it will have. So that will also take time.
Okay.
Sometimes due to the ultraviolet rays, the degradation takes place. Due to the mechanical hazards, the plastic may break down. Heat can be one of the factor to melt that plastic, right? So the temperature is the one of the factor which can help, and the fragmentation takes place, and that fragmentation due to the light or the heat which is done, it is called as photodegradation.
Photodegradation.
It is called as a photodegradation. The chemical degradation also takes place along with that. That some soil enzymes are present.
Okay.
So this soil enzymes, they will try to degrade these plastics, and they will be formed in the small breakdown takes place, and that degradation will have the long chain of polymers which the plastics are made up of.
Okay. Okay, so we see that plastic pollution in soil is happening. Now, according to you, what viable strategies could be adopted to mitigate this? There should be some solution. I mean, preventive, more of preventive in nature.
So first we can say that mitigation of the plastic is charity begins from home.
Okay.
So I and you, first we should stop, we are talking about the plastic, but we should stop using plastic. Instead of that, in the olden days, Indian tradition was that we used to carry cotton bag and go for the shopping.
Correct.
Now we feel it's out of trend and out of fashion that how we can take that theli and go. We want a plastic stylish bag to carry. To carry the things. So charity begins from home. So we should stop using the plastic.
And we should stop using plastic bags or plastic items which can be thrown.
That is what I'm coming to the point. The first thing is first we should do with that. Then whatever the items if like I go to the vegetable vendor without taking my bag, definitely he's going to give me a polythene bag.
Correct.
So there the first thing comes, that polythene one will come to my own home. Right, from the market I'll bring, and then what I'll do, I'll dump it in my garbage bag. Then again that will go back to that.
So I think my one bag is not going to make much of a difference. That's what everybody thinks.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like that, you are going to dispose kind of a 3-4 bags which you have brought from the market into your own garbage bag, and you are giving to the one who comes to pick a waste collector, to the one who comes to pick up the waste.
Correct.
Right. So that is the public awareness has to take. Correct. It is very much important. Certain policies should be regulated. Should be
framed. Correct.
Should be framed and regulated.
And should be implemented strictly.
Yeah, that's what I was going to. And then it has to be implemented, I think so, with some penalties or fines. If you find somewhere, like somewhere we see the stickers, if you speed here, 500 rupees penalty. Like that, if you throw a water bottle over here, you are penalized with certain thing.
So punitive actions should be there,
Yeah.
like they have in countries like Singapore and all those countries, which
Money is, I think so, the strategy should be like that. I don't know. I'm just talking like
Yeah,
that.
correct.
If I throw one bottle over here, I need to pick up 10 bottles which are there around the area.
correct.
That has to be a penalty.
So that should prove as a deterrent.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that my own conscience will bite. Oh, मैंने एक डाला, then I have to pick up 10 bottles instead of one. So that is.
At least to stop paying the fine,
That is
I won't
instead
do
of
it.
instead of in a form of money. People are easy, no problem.
No problem.
500 rupees I'll give, no problem. But what I want to do, I'll do. But if you are doing physical labor, so that is recycling and proper waste management has to be done.
Correct.
So the recycling plastic should be used so that once you discard it, and that recycling bin should be kept for the collecting of the waste. That these are the recycling plastic should be thrown in this particular thing.
It has to be a separate one.
Non-degradable should be in a separate dustbin, so that you can see that it is a.
Correct.
That is how it can be managed, degradable and biodegradable plastics or this thing.
Okay.
Then sometimes the cleanup initiatives in the community should take place. I think so. I thought I'm sharing with you.
Sure.
Every week there should be a Sunday morning should be there that you clean up your own community or your own society where the
That's a very good
plastics,
idea. Correct.
so that children will imbibe that thing in their own.
So you inculcate this good habit.
Inculcate this habit.
Right from the childhood.
Childhood. So when they grow up, they are very. The awareness automatically has been there in their blood now.
Correct.
That I don't need to throw this.
So it becomes a habit.
Habit. So this community cleaning initiative should be taken up, and education and awareness that is always there in the notebook.
It's got to be an ongoing process.
It is an ongoing process. It is there in the textbooks everywhere.
Correct.
But practically we don't imply, and that is a very painful, pathetic situation.
Correct.
That knowingly or unknowingly, people keep on throwing that sachets of anything,
shampoo or teacups or anything.
Anything. Like if you eat the snack and then
throw it out.
Immediately.
Correct.
School, colleges, everywhere. Even in my classroom, I find this. And then I myself pick up and throw it in the dustbin. Then a student gets embarrassed. Oh, madam, I'll do it. Good. So this is a situation that unknowingly or knowingly we just
make them self-realization. So they themselves realize. Good.
That is very important for mitigation of the plastic pollution.
Okay. So you listed a few steps, right?
Yeah.
These are at the micro level. Now at the macro level, I just wanted to know, are the steps being taken or is there still a long way to go?
Yeah, that's a very nice question. Certain lot of ongoing research and innovations are taking place. You must have heard that the plastic grain, like so many plastic bottles, they are being recycled. The plastic granules are prepared from that, and they are being processed under certain conditions, and they are used to make the tar roads.
Okay.
Yeah, so that project it's been taken. I'm not very sure, so I'm just generalizing that. It is in somewhere in South India. South India.
Okay.
Somebody has initiative. The initiative has been done, and that plastic is being used along with the tar, and which has got a good strength on the road.
Okay.
So that is
it must
how
be very robust and strong.
Robust, yeah. And so that kind of the innovations and research are going on. So many, like it is very painful if you go to a nice hill station. Right now people, summer season, vacation is coming up. People will make it as a garbage area. On the all roadside, you'll find everywhere plastic bags, sachets of their snacks, anything.
They think we are going to be here for 2-3 days.
3 days.
We are going to get back to our places, so why worry?
Why worry? Let us dispose it off.
Correct.
So that is a thing. Certain policy interventions are also going on. Certain productive policies are being formed, and responsibilities are given to certain agencies to carry out this. And because of that, if it is not done, then the ecosystem restoration is a big question. So to restore our ecosystem, for the flora and fauna, If the plant is there, then and then the animals will survive in that
Right.
particular area.
Right.
So that for restoration of the degradation of the soil ecosystem, plastic pollution has to be controlled by reforestation and soil remediations.
Okay.
If reforestation is done, so the area will be, most of the area will be covered with the plants.
So the activities that you have spelled out has to be taken by, say, the government and other agencies on a
yeah.
big level. Right. So they have to do it, and they are doing it because these governments have framed policies. They have separate ministries handling this kind of work. But what role can individuals, or rather a common man, play in combating plastic pollution? Like you said a few seconds ago, community cleaning. That is one. What are the other things that an individual can do?
So for that, individual charity begins from home. So if I'm talking about it, or if I'm giving advice, first I should do that.
Implement it first, yeah.
So first I should stop using plastic. But it's very difficult in these days, stop using plastic. But I need to reduce the use of the plastic.
Correct.
I should be sensible to know that whether it is degradable or non-degradable.
Non-degradable, correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So for that, I need to have that. Certain food containers are there. Instead of the plastic food containers, I can use the another option for that, which is a better option.
Correct.
Right. So that is the thing. Recycling, packaging can be done. Avoid the items which are available in the plastic wrapping.
Okay. When an alternative method of packing is available for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Correct.
So like paper bags, etc. are available. So why not to go with
so
that?
If you encourage buying those things, then more and more such things will come in the market. Yeah, correct. So it's better to avoid buying all those kind of things. Yeah. Okay.
So then the proper waste disposable should be done.
Correct.
Separately, degradable, non-degradable, they should be separated, and the waste collection point should be located in such a way that
easily accessible.
Yeah, accessible.
Yeah. At regular interval.
Distance interval with the reference.
So don't you think these things have to come from within?
Within, yeah. That's what I said. Charity begins from home. I should start, and then once I'll start, then the others will automatically follow in the family. Once it is done in the family, then it comes to the society building, wherever you stay, then community, school, college, wherever you are, or at your workplace.
Like you rightly said, all these things have to be inculcated in children. Right from the basic school level. So that it becomes a habit.
Yeah. When they are there 3-4 years, from that it starts this. From that.
It becomes a way of life.
It has to be then minimum littering of this. I told now vacation is coming up. If a parent is mother or father, he or she is throwing a plastic bag right now from the car.
That's what the child will learn.
Slide down the window, and immediately the child has seen this.
Correct.
Child will do it. Right? So minimize the littering of this and maintain the beauty of the Mother Earth.
Correct.
Right? Participate in the cleanup efforts. We should initiate
actively participate. And
regularly it should be done. Yeah. It should be the motto. Awareness should be done that these are the advantage and these are the disadvantage. Advantages are less. Disadvantages are long-term disadvantages.
The list is endless.
Endless, of the.
Do you know of any NGOs which are into this?
There are a lot of NGOs working for it.
And of late, some NGOs have sprung up. They have come up.
They have come up with their
concentrating exclusively on this kind
exclusively on the pollution. Yeah.
Correct,
So there is a pollution board, Gujarat Pollution Board. They also.
I think every state has a
their own pollution board.
You even have a pollution board at the central level.
So they are seriously working about this burning issue.
Correct.
But everywhere people are involved.
Correct.
And we just blame them that they don't do anything, but we don't help them to do.
We have to point a finger at ourselves first,
then blame others. So we need to advocate for the change. Supportive measures and the alternative should be brought up by the individual, him or her own self. Like what are the alternatives for this plastics?
I think first of all, the intention has to be
action. Exactly. So
as you all see, one should not depend only on governments, institutions and agencies for pollution control. It is a collective responsibility of all persons in this planet to make Earth a nice and safe place to inhabit. With this, we come to the end of this show. A big thanks to Dr. Kinnari Dubal for taking time off and making it here. It was an enriching session which really enlightened us with your in-depth knowledge on the subject. Thank you once again.
So thank you, Mr. Sriram. I'm also highly obliged to the Nanoland and the It's Tomorrow news, which are going to spread this across the whole globe, that take care of the Mother Earth, which is a very beautiful place for all of us to live. Once again, I am very thankful to Mr. Sriram, Mr. Vikas, Ms. Hena Talati and the whole team for supporting this and making me to be present over here. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you.